If you're smoking tobacco, what would people think? So learn how to roll a proper joint by hand. Or if rolling joints is too much trouble for you, get yourself a pipe. Most pipes are small. Each has a tiny screen that keeps you from inhaling hot ashes along with those healthful bursts of pot smoke. Anybody can use a pipe, even those with advanced arthritis or Parkinson's or the well-known heebie-jeebies. You just stuff some pot in a bowl, light her up, and inhale. Pipes are convenient and also portable. Downside is they get goopy and need cleaning, and they stink, too. But isn't smoking a bad idea? Yes, if you're a 2-pack-a-day man. But pot smokers usually only smoke a couple of joints or pipefuls a day, and that's not much smoking. Still, if you're worried about it, get yourself a bong. This is a bong. It's also called a hookah or a water pipe, and it filters the smoke through water to remove any impurities. Actually, I never knew there were any impurities in marijuana, but if there are, this gadget will remove them. It works like this. You put some water down here and fill the base of the thing with water. The pot goes in here, and when you inhale through this in this fashion, the smoke goes down through the water and up and comes out cool and safe. You can even get party bongs and provide your friends with life-giving THC in bunches. Don't we live in remarkable times, though? What if you hate smoking? Then don't smoke. You can get a vapor gadget like this and ingest mere vapors instead of smoke and still get higher than a class of third graders on Ritalin. The pot goes in here and this little thing right on top. You put the globe over it like this. You plug it into the wall. The globe fills with vapor and you inhale through this gadget right here, and there you are. That's all there is to it. You can also eat marijuana and get the same results. Just get some pot, grind it up real fine in a mixer, make some cookies or brownies with the pot in them, and bang-o, you'll have pot without the smoking again. You can make hot tea with pot or sprinkle some on your oatmeal and get a new lease on life every time. Studies also show pot smokers laugh and smile a lot, and everybody knows laughter is good for our health. We can see evidence of that when we compare two pictures of the same group before and after ingesting marijuana. These people have never used marijuana. They look like they just heard Medicare is going up again. And here we have the same group after smoking one marijuana joint each. As you can see, this is a much jollier bunch than the sober-sided non-smokers shown first. We also took some pictures after they smoked 2 joints each, but this is a G-rated show. So, smoke a joint and put a smile on your face. You'll find humor everywhere. You'll even think Jerry Lewis is funny. You'll laugh at fate and bad sitcoms. Your blood pressure will drop, your spirits will rise, and all because you smoked a little pot and it made you laugh. But that's not all. It happens that sex really is better when mixed with marijuana. It's true, and it's all because of a funny thing marijuana does with time. What happens is, marijuana makes time seem to slow down, sort of like everything's in slow motion. That means what used to take you a minute and a half will seem like 10, and you can see how much better that would make sex, obviously. One thought, though, be sure to give your partner some pot so it will seem like 10 minutes to him, her, too. Marijuana has special powers for all you guys out there. Remember saltpeter? You do if you were in the Army in World War II. The stuff reduces a man's sex drive. They put it in the food so the boys wouldn't get horny and forget they had a war to fight. Well, saltpeter is still around. A lot of retirement homes slip it in the food so all you horny old guys won't pester the ladies and make trouble. The good news is that marijuana is an antidote for saltpeter. If you smoke a little pot every day, you'll be one of the few guys who can still get it up, and your social life will improve dramatically. In fact, you may never have to cook again. The ladies in your condo will ply you with hot casseroles and homemade pies and invite you home to meet the folks. What about exercise? Do you hate sweating and exertion and wasting time that could be better spent resting? Well, you're in luck because exercise is contraindicated for pot smokers since the THC infiltrates the muscles and firms everything up without any physical effort on your part. Smoking 1 joint is the equivalent of running up 5 miles uphill. 2 joints would get you 2/3 of the way through an Ironman triathlon. Well, I could go on endlessly with the medical aspects of marijuana, but there's no need to. It's plain enough that marijuana is good medicine, and patients, especially senior citizens who suffer the most poor health of any group, should have access to this life-giving substance. But that's not the only way marijuana is important. Hemp is the commercial form of marijuana. It's marijuana with low THC. They use hemp for clothing, gunny sacks, insulation, rope, and a lot of other stuff. And here it is. Not the most useful plant on the planet. Not only does it make better cloth than cotton, but if you run out of pot, you can smoke your shirt. Hemp makes good paper, too, so we can save our forests by using hemp instead of trees. We'd have to lay off 50,000 lumberjacks, of course, but that's no problem. Just make them hemp farmers. Give each one some land and a license to grow pot, and you'll never hear another peep out of them. And what about old-fashioned manila hemp? How could we settle the West without rope to hang crooks? The first order of business in any new town was to stock up on hemp rope as a sign that they'd arrived. And here you have it. Without a steady supply of hemp, no town could flourish in America or anywhere else, and life as we know it would be impossible. And what about driving? People say driving on pot is dangerous, but the only people who say so are the ones who've never smoked marijuana. The truth is, pot has no effect on driving. Pot smokers rarely have accidents, and when they do, nobody gets hurt because they were only going 25 miles per hour at the time. Pot makes people drive too slowly, that's all. If you see a guy zipping along the freeway at 50 miles per hour, he's either stoned or he's 90 years old. Pot builds confidence in drivers. People who couldn't parallel park a Yugo in a space big enough to accommodate an 18-wheeler can smoke a joint and jackknife that truck into a narrow alley at midnight and do it on the first try. Now for the don'ts. Don't smoke when you're flying airplanes. Don't smoke when you're looking for a new job because they might spring a drug test on you. Don't smoke in front of cops or children. There are no other restrictions. And there you have it, folks. The complete story, the true story of marijuana and how it works. Remember that marijuana is good medicine, it's utterly harmless, and it should be available to sick people everywhere and to senior citizens whether sick or well. Try it. You'll be glad you did.